You ever find a gift card?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's the greatest feeling in the whole world.
It is, yeah.
Like, how many gift cards are you sitting on right now?
I can think of 2 off the top of my head.
2. How many gift cards are you sitting on?
I did a purse clean out like a month ago. I feel like I found them all, unfortunately.
You found them all?
I think I found them all.
But like you haven't used them all.
Right. So probably like 1 or 2.
Guys, I don't know what it is. Like, I'm sitting on a plethora of gift cards.
It's like finding money in your pocket.
I just sit on them though.
For a time like this.
Yeah, for a time like this, we're on a spending freeze context. But like, I've got an AMC gift card to the movies. We got probably 5 years ago. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to use it.
Yeah.
I got a gift card to a restaurant in Pasadena. Can I just be honest? When am I driving to Pasadena to go to dinner?
That's so specific.
So niche.
Yeah.
That's like in Austin, Texas.
It's not like a restaurant group. It's just a restaurant.
I've got a gift card. I've got 3 different hotel gift cards right now, just sitting on them. And Julia's always like, we're going to use it when we go to, like France. And it's like, Julia, when are we going to France?
Yeah.
For that trip? Are we going to be like retired? Showing gift cards from 2020?
Yeah, they expire.
Do they really?
A lot of them expire.
Okay, I got to be honest though. I got an Amazon gift card. Let's see. When was I was at Bayside. Bayside gave me that's August 1st.
Okay.
The day I got it, the day I used it.
Yeah,
now you
Amazon.
give somebody an Amazon gift card
There's just too many things.
because it's right here.
Yes.
Does that make it's not like I'm not going to the restaurant?
No, an Amazon gift card might as well be cash.
Yeah.
That's
It's the
exactly.
same
You could use it for anything.
I'm sorry. These people gave me an Amazon gift card and a Dick's Sporting gift card.
Wow.
Use them both.
I'm
Same
using
day.
them both.
Guess what I got? I got one of those big Yeti cooler things.
Oh, yeah, those
Yeah.
are great.
You know I'm a big beach guy now.
Yeah.
I saw. What?
You know, COVID made me a beach guy. Did you know this?
Yeah.
No.
First
I didn't know
first 4 or 5 years we lived here, I didn't even go to the beach.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe Soho, Malibu. That's it.
Your Instagram is full of the beach.
I go to the beach. I'm a beach guy. Big beach guy now. I have my chairs. I got my, thanks to this gift card, my water cooler, my Yeti cooler
Very nice.
over the shoulder. Put on, just got the strap,
Yeah.
loaded up with ice. I've got the ponchos for the boys to get out. It's like a towel poncho.
Yeah, I saw him having it.
I've got towels. We've got our beach towels. I've got my own speaker for the beach.
But do you have a cart? Like, do you like?
I'm
have
not
a
that
wagon or
far.
whatever?
I'm not that far. I don't think that, to me, that's socially crossing a line.
Do you have a state park beach pass, like parking pass? So you can just go anywhere?
No, where we go to the beach, I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to see
Yeah.
anybody. That's the great thing is like where I go to the beach, I don't see
So
anybody.
real.
That's great.
And yeah, it's like people say that. It's like I hear different people saying like this restaurant I love or this place I love. I don't want to say it because I don't want to blow it up.
Yeah,
Once something's blown up, you're done.
you're done.
True.
You got to find somewhere else.
It's like for example, have you ever seen this taco place right out here off of that's not Sepulveda. It's Sawtell. Maybe it's Sawtell. You're going down Sawtell by the school there.
Yep.
Right.
The taco stand.
Right by the staple. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen when it's like opens and the line?
down.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because
I've been.
it got blown up.
Yep.
People started posting about it. It's game over. That's 100-person line for tacos.
Yes.
Yes, street tacos.
By the way, across from our new building, did you see what happened? Across the street from a block over, but across the street from our new building, a Michelin Guide star for a taco place across from our new church.
Not real.
It's amazing.
Guys, it got rated the #1 taco in all of LA. It's across the street from our building.
God is real.
What?
He blessed us.
But on social media, I saw the lines,
Oh,
and it's like, well, when am I gonna go? That's the whole thing. Is like, have you been to Courage Bagels?
yeah.
Dude, I'll get up some Saturday mornings to get us bagels. I'll drive to Africa.
It's so far.
Yeah, it's in Los Feliz, right? That's Los Feliz.
That's very far.
Okay, I'll drive to Africa to get these bagels. They open at 7. I'll get in line at 6:15. Guys, it's Saturday morning, 6:15 in the morning. I'm 40th in line.
Yeah.
It opens at 7. I'm 45 minutes early. It's an hour and 15-minute total commitment.
That is wild.
And I've never met a kind person in line that early because it's that early.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, I can't believe I'm waiting in this line.
Yeah, nobody's talking.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is watching College Game Day. But anyways, Back to the gift cards.
Right.
If I were to give you a gift card today, what's besides Amazon, what's the fastest usage of a gift card you would use outside of Amazon?
I'm looking for a new pickleball paddle, so I'm going Dick's.
You okay? So Dick's right there. Dick's Sporting Goods. What are you going?
I don't know. My gift card of choice is just always Anthropologie. Like I could always use a candle.
The candle. Okay, but I was gonna say
Yeah.
that the fastest for me outside of Amazon, it's coffee.
It's coffee.
If somebody gives you a by the way, don't ever get too cool for school and you think you're above a Starbucks gift card.
Oh, I
course.
love a
A
Starbucks
Starbucks gift card is still banging.
Banging.
It's still it.
Those are the gift cards that I find that I'm like, oh, my mom sent me this. That's so nice. Or like, oh, someone gave me a.
That's a big deal.
And I find them in my account in the little stars on the app. I'm like, wait, I entered a gift card here and I haven't used it.
Wait, that's brilliant.
I got to be honest. Somebody gave us the start of the year a $200 Blue Bottle gift card and a $200 Randy's Donuts gift card.
Ooh,
That's fire.
I mean, do you know how
that's your Saturdays.
I thought about this person every day for at least 3 days?
3 days.
There's something about a gift card. There's something about just like spending money that you're not spending.
Yeah,
It's the greatest feeling in the world.
absolutely.
I'm going to break it down today. Let's go. We are back, everybody. Episode number 124.
Crazy.
We're flying through these things like I want to say hotcakes, but I don't
Yeah.
even know if it works. Welcome, everybody, to Leadership Lean In. We are excited. Thank you to our sponsors. We don't have any. Thank you to everybody that listens, though. We do got a lot of leaners. Leaner Nation in the building.
Hey.
Where are the leaners at? Lean back and do the rock away. Lean back. Shout out to all the leaners out there all across the globe. By the way, we did ask people to tell us where they're watching from, and they let us know
Yeah, so
Everywhere.
cool in the YouTube comments.
did you see it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you pull it up real fast? List some of these.
Which one
I
was
got you,
that?
I got
Some of these nations. List some of these nations. I mean, we are at least in 3 to 4 countries across the world.
Oh, definitely more.
I know.
Was that was a sarcastic joke?
yeah. That was one of those jokes.
It's okay. I have my moments.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I just pulled this up. We do have a few responses because we did ask some people on the social media outlet to send in some leadership questions. We are going to answer. We're going to give some responses. We don't have answers.
I like that. Q&R.
We have responses.
I
We do
like
not
that.
have all the answers, but we do have a few responses.
We'll respond.
And today's episode will not go very long today. Guys, why? Because the air conditioning in this office is unfortunately...
I'm wearing shorts and my legs. I'm like, this is a little sweaty in here.
it's very hot.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. Okay. So we are going to be jumping into the content here in just a minute. But I want to thank everybody. It means the world when you give us feedback, you share, you like, you subscribe. Thank you to everybody that's helping us get the Lean In Nation just a little bit further down the road.
Let's go.
Where are we at?
Okay, we have Trinidad and Tobago,
Wow.
Trinidad,
Budapest,
Budapest,
Spain,
Yes, my people.
Uganda,
Uganda.
Paris,
Let's go. France.
America.
Stop it.
That's all that was on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Yeah,
But I
on
feel
the
like we got a
comments.
response from like even on social media from all people
Yeah.
who are DMing going like, I listen from all over the
over.
place. Yeah, Portugal and I'm trying to think of Brazil.
We'll drop the question box today. Where do you listen to?
A guy walked up to me on Sunday night and said, "Hey, I'm a leaner." I go, "No way." He goes, "I'm visiting from Brazil."
Wow.
That's so kind.
That's really cool.
So, by the way, shout out to everybody from Fortaleza. Fortaleza is the.
There it is again.
I've only been to Sao
Can't
Paulo
escape without it.
and Fortaleza. That is my favorite place to say on the planet Earth. Besides Australia, mate. We get no love from Australia. By the way, I love to look at where we're listened to on Spotify, artists, and let me just show you this real fast. This is fascinating stuff. So watch this. So let's say the song Somebody. Watch this. Countries were always biggest in United States, second biggest in Brazil. Then we go Australia, Canada, thank you to our neighbors, and Germany.
Germany.
Ooh.
Biggest cities in the last 28 days: Phoenix, Sao Paulo, Dallas, LA, fourth place, and Seattle, fifth. You know that hometown got love for your boy. Shout out to the Seahawks about to start the season against the Rams next week. Man, and by the way, 10th ranked Huskies, where you at, my dogs? Can't wait this Saturday. I'm watching the game.
We need a bark button.
Yeah, let's add that.
Well, okay, I'm taking.
And I want to add give me a bark for the Huskies, and I want to add a Pete Carroll.
Oh,
You know, because that's talk about a great leader, Pete Carroll. All right, we're jumping right in. We're talking today about keep it moving. You know, I've talked about this before on the podcast, but I'm very inspired with this idea. Have you seen Arnold Schwarzenegger's new documentary on Netflix?
I've only heard.
Phenomenal.
It's good.
Not
Phenomenal.
the vegan one?
I have no idea what you're talking about Arnold and vegan. I doubt. But is he vegan?
I think he was.
Let's not talk about it here.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, he's Arnold. You know, Mr. Universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
But one of my takeaways from that documentary was he talked about his mother-in-law and this and kind of her Maria's mom, her stance on keep it moving. You know, like you're going to face tragedy, you're going to face a criticism, you're going to face setbacks, you're going to face departure, transition, disappointment, failure, whatever. Keep it moving. You can't. It's the whole saying. You can't cry over spilled milk.
That's right.
What's happened has happened. In fact, I'm studying. I'm gonna actually preach on this Sunday. I'm preaching on kind of the same kind of similar vein, similar thought of ultimately forgiveness. You know, I think the bait of Satan, going back to an old book by John Bevere, the bait of Satan is bitterness, unforgiveness.
That's right.
And just what that creases, what that does, what that develops in somebody's life. We all have, you know, I saw someone say recently, like, offense is a moment, offended is a decision.
Wow. That's great.
Wow.
And I think that there's a lot of power there. It's like, because ultimately I make decisions in life.
It's really good.
I make the decision to keep on moving. I make the decision to keep up. You know, to quote a proverb, though a righteous man falls 7 times, he still rises.
That's right.
In other words, I'm not defined by my failure. I'm failing forward. I'm moving forward. I'm not holding myself hostage to my past. I could write a book about all my failures. I could write 50 books about failure, but I choose to keep it moving.
Yep.
And if somebody does something to you, keep it moving. Don't fall victim. Don't fall prey. To me, this is the life of Joseph. Joseph's like, you sold me into slavery. You're not going to define who I am. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not going to let you. This is something I talk about a lot to maybe Leaner Nation, but I know to Zoe. I'm not going to give anyone control over the narrative of my life.
Right.
No one has that. I am writing with God the story of my life.
So good.
Leadership to me is going like there's only 2 people writing this thing, and it's not them.
Yep.
I am not trying to be famous or infamous. I'm just trying to keep it moving, keep my eyes forward, keep going, keep trying to be the healthiest, best version of me. I think there's a few things you need. Or here's the first one: keep your attitude great and your energy up. You know, you what can you control in life? I can control my attitude and my input. So it's like I can keep my attitude up and my energy up and my just that can do, will do. You have to realize as a leader, whatever you think about, you become.
Yeah.
Whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to get. So if I focus on negativity, toxicity, the problem, the issue, the failure, the moment, if I dwell on these things, that's what I'm going to get in my life. That will become the resounding narrative of who I am. But if I focus on future and potential and possibility and what I'm going for and who I desire to be and what I desire to build, then I know that's what I'm going to get.
That's right.
So I have to keep my attitude great. There's nothing better. Your attitude is your altitude. You will never surpass your attitude. You cannot be great and have a bad attitude. They don't coexist together.
Yeah.
Right.
So I have to have a great attitude. I got to keep my energy, the energy of who I am. It's a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Last night, you know, Julia's parents are in town, And so, we took him to the beach, we went out to dinner. We had a great night, get all the boys, get in that flow, bath, get them in bed, pray for them. And then, Julie's dad loved to watch a movie at night.
Can he last the whole thing?
Oh yeah, this guy, he runs off 5 hours.
Wow.
So it's 9:30. Around 9:30, he's like starting the movie. And I'm like, all right, good night, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys. Love you. So glad you're here. But the only reason why I go to bed is because I want my energy to be great the next day.
Yeah.
I can't have sideways energy.
Exactly.
I got to protect. So that's one way you protect your energy, sleeping. Another way I protect my energy is like what I put in front of my eyes. Another way I protect my energy is like the conversations I have. I think to be a great leader, you got to be a master of cutting stuff off.
Yeah.
Like you could see a convo going there, just like shut it down.
And I think like what you're saying about focus, how that affects your attitude, I think that affects your energy too. And ultimately your attitude affects your energy. Like if you have a bad attitude, you're not going to be high energy, good to go, excited, ready. Like your attitude can kind of take out your energy.
Yeah, I think they go hand in hand, right? It's like, you ever met someone who's really positive, but their energy's really low?
Yeah.
And it comes across as negative?
Yeah.
It's like that energy thing. I remember, I'll say it like this. When I was younger, I didn't care about energy management. I cared about time management.
Yeah.
And now that I have less energy, the older I get, I'm like, this thing has shifted dramatically.
Yeah. That's right.
Did you have a moment for you where you was like, I really got to care about sleep now? Or like, care about energy?
Yeah, I think that with age, and I think with responsibility, I think, the older you get, the more you're just aware of like I approved payroll today. Julia, who runs that for us, she's a little bit busy today. We got an event tonight. And so she said, hey, would you mind just looking at payroll? It's something that I don't do very often, if ever. So I'm looking at it and going through it. This is her world. I'm stepping into her world now. And all of a sudden I'm looking at all these names and I'm like, yeah, okay. So I just kind of looked at it and I go, oh yeah, okay. So that's what I feel every day. I don't ever really think that way, but it's like, I feel the responsibility of like, my life matters.
Yeah.
What I do and what I say affects people. You know what I mean? Like affects kids' lives.
Yeah.
And I think leadership is sometimes having this sober moment of going like, I don't get to have a bad day.
Right. Yeah, what?
I don't get to like take a day off.
Yeah, as parents, as husbands,
what?
as spouses, we don't get to do that. Yeah,
I don't have that liberty. I don't have that luxury. It's like, okay, buddy, you done?
Yeah,
Right.
It's like kind of with my kids. Like, are you done? I think sometimes you gotta have your moments. Cry your tears. Have your fits of rage in the car by yourself. Turn up the music. Do whatever you gotta do. Have your little moment, but at the end of the day, it's like, let's go.
Right. Yeah. And I think that there are things that, like you said, stuff happens and that doesn't keep us, it doesn't take us out, it doesn't stop us, but there are times when it's picking your battles. Sometimes,
That's
okay,
right.
I address this and I'm going to deal with it and give it some time and some energy.
Yeah.
And then move on. And sometimes it's, I'm going to let it roll off. Is there a way that you can help discern like, what is something I'm going to give energy to and address, or what's something that I'm just going to say, hey, that's not a big deal. I'm going to let that roll by.
Well, I think that right there, that question that you just asked is the question we got to ask ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, what sword am I willing to die on? What do I actually need to address? What is kind of like me being petty in preference versus what's like actually a real thing where I'm like, I actually, it's like at the end of the day, whatever you tolerate is what you're willing to live with. And so what are you not willing to tolerate? What is actually, something that's actually big enough to like spend time addressing? So I think that's a big leadership issue is like just picking and choosing my battles wisely.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big deal because at the end of the day, sometimes I have to address things so that my attitude is good.
Right.
So that I don't have a bad attitude and I don't get too overwhelmed or frustrated or, because that compounds and I'm going to be explosive about something. So I got to keep my attitude great and my energy up. The second one is no matter what, don't complain. it is so hard to keep moving forward and be constantly complaining at the same time. Complaining to me is it's like a sign of weakness. It's a character issue. It's a character flaw. I'm so convinced that the power of life and death is in the tongue. And so if I'm complaining about things and complaining about them and complaining about, my situation, it means I'm actually I'm afraid of addressing things. I'm afraid of solving problems. I'm afraid of facing the issue, because if I could keep complaining about the same thing, that just means I got to look in the mirror and be like, well, what's wrong with me?
Right.
It's not them. It's not the situation. It's not the issue. I'm having a hard time resolving. I'm having a hard time bringing conclusion. It's like, I don't think life and leadership is about a bunch of commas and question marks. I think it's about making periods where it's appropriate and exclamation points where it's appropriate, bringing some resolve. So life has a ton of conflict. It's got a ton of disappointment. It's got a ton of issues. But to the best of my ability, I'm a peacemaker. I am a leader. I bring resolve. And so complaining to me is just, it's also a lack of gratitude.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
Of going like, you're telling me you can only focus on what's wrong and you can't also simultaneously. So I think immaturity is only focused on the negative of a person or a situation or a city or a nation or what, fill in the blank, and not being able to see the positive.
Yeah.
I can see the negatives about me and life and what I lead and all day long, but it doesn't get me anywhere.
Right.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Where it gets me moving forward is being grateful and being positive. And I just find that, like, whenever I get complaining, it's like, it's a you issue, not a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I start to complain, and I do this all the time, unfortunately. I was talking to someone, and they went to therapy, and they said their therapist gave them this phrase, halt. Have you heard this?
No.
They said if you start to get negative or you complain a lot, ask yourself if you need to halt. Are you hungry, angry, lonely, or tired?
There you go. That's great. I have heard this. Yes.
And I was like, ooh, I'm stealing that. That's
Yes.
So great.
I only complain when I'm one of those four things.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And whatever comes out of your mouth is just reflecting what's in your mind, what's in your heart, like what you were saying. And I am you guys might know this, I'm a little bit of an external processor.
Wait, hold on. What button do we have to hit right there?
There's a ding.
No, we should not have a crying button.
Is there?
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
I never mentioned
hold on.
crying.
Give me the options here. John's got one. Who else got one?
Nick
Nick,
Saban.
go Nick Saban.
You all may be taking the week off, but I'm not.
But April's not.
No
April's not.
emotions, everything. It's always going. But sometimes I just say what's on my mind, not because I'm trying to communicate anything to anyone. I just talk, and I'm just making noise. But but then you realize, other people are around me, and other people are hearing me.
Yes.
Other people are affected by what's coming out of my mouth. And then it helped me realize, wow, everything I'm saying really is what's going on in my head. So if I'm just talking about X, Y, and Z because that's going in my head, well, maybe then I need to change my mindset, the way I'm thinking about this situation, the way I am addressing things. That it's not just going to be okay, or maybe it's like all the things I have to do, just talking about it. It's like, change the mindset, and you're no longer saying, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. It's, oh, great, we're going to get all this done. I'm so excited for today. It's going to be a great day. I'm thankful for everything God's given me to work on and steward. It's so excited.
It's awesome. But I find that complaining, like, it's just a sign of weakness, because it makes me feel like, while you're complaining, because you're just giving yourself into your feelings or your emotions, and you're unwilling to address things. You find people that are constantly complaining, and I'll show you people that just actually don't want to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Because fixing the problem goes like, I've thought about this. I have an issue. I want to talk to you about it. I want to talk to them about it. I want to actually bring resolve. That's leadership. Complaining is not.
That's right.
So you got to keep moving forward. The third one is resentment is rancid. Oh, man, I had this great coffee the other day with somebody, and they were telling me that they had to go to Israel on a trip for something. And when they were at the Dead Sea, all of a sudden, this person really felt like God just started talking to him about all the issues of resentment in their life.
Wow.
And so he called a friend and said, "Hey, I gotta just talk to somebody. I'm dealing with so much resentment against family, against siblings, against employees, da da da." And for 3 hours, he processed stuff that he hadn't told anybody about. I'm just filled with so much resentment. And so the guy said to his friend, "Hey, will you pray for me?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I want to pray, and I want you to leave these things, at the Dead Sea. These things are dead now.
Wow.
Leave them at the Dead Sea."
Wow.
And when he was telling me this, it was like I could feel the freedom that he experienced. Resentment is so rancid, and I think it holds people back.
Yeah.
It holds people hostage. I'm mad at my parents. I'm mad at my ex. I'm mad at the boss. I'm mad at and that resentment, you drink that bitter poison. It's an old cliche, but like resentment is drinking the poison and expecting the other person to die.
Right.
It's just so foolish, but we all fall victim and prey to it. We got to guard our hearts from offense. It's like, I love that proverb, above everything else, guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. You can't keep moving forward and holding on to things in the past. You can't.
Yep.
So a lot of times it's like you're 3 years around the sun, you're still back here in this spot.
Wow.
I'm 5 years down the road, I'm still actually where I was 5 years ago. That's what resentment does. Resentment will get you stuck in the mud. It's rancid. And so I'm encouraging every leader here today, get clean.
Yeah.
Get right. Let it go. Offense to me is unharbored bitterness. It's stuck in the harbor.
Yep.
I got to get that boat out of here. I got to let that thing set. I got to let it go. I wish I could sing like Frozen. Let it go. let that thing. And you just see it cripple people.
Yeah.
You see it, it's like, what was it? Offense is a moment. Offended is a decision. It's like, I can remember everything that was said. I can remember everything that happened. I can remember all of it. I choose
That's right.
not to hold on to it. I make a decision.
Yep.
And I find with that comes great attitude and energy and gratitude and excitement, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Don't let resentment hit you upside the head. All of us have had tons and tons of opportunity to hold on to that stuff. You can't be that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think especially in the beginning, if, someone offends you, not just an offense, but someone offends you, and you take that and you kind of feel like justified with it. I'm going to feel this way because I deserve to feel this way. This person wronged me. This person hurt me. Whatever it is. When that stuff isn't processed, you forget the offense, and resentment is what lingers.
That's right.
In the background. It's like trying to run a race with a parachute strapped on. It's like you're not going to go fast. Everyone's going to pass you. Most people are harboring resentment for things they don't even remember the reason for.
They don't even remember. No, they do not.
They just know, I'm supposed to still be frustrated with this person.
That's right. That's right. And the reason why they're so exhausted, and by the way, this affects creativity, affects relationships, affects your mental health, it affects your physical health. The reason why is it's a trap, it's a snare. It's to me, it's the ploy and the tactic of the enemy. It's the going back to John Bevere's title, it's the bait of Satan. Because I know all I got to do is get you to be offended. And you're right. People forget. I forget. I don't even remember what it was, that moment, that deal, that I don't remember, but I know I'm supposed to be mad. It's just living that lifestyle. It reminds me of the next one is pessimism is poison. And it's just, all of it is rancid. All of it is poison. All of it is toxic. And we've all been around toxic people, toxic leaders. Why do they get toxic? Because they get toxic about people.
Yeah.
They get toxic about that person, that situation, that they wronged me, they hurt me, they misled me. But it's not as bad as you thought it was. It's not as big of a deal. And where that takes, I always think, like, you got to fast forward the tape. Where is this leading? Where's this going to take you? What is the end result? You're never going to have the reconciliation that you're looking for. You're never going to have the reckoning. You're never get. There's no point of like, man. It's like in people's head. I think that they have this idea of like, I'm gonna stay angry until they are, suffering. Their life is death. Their calling is dead. So it's like you're in vengeance mode.
Yep.
It's like this is how you want to live.
Yeah.
This is leadership. This is life. This is you've been put on this earth to do what?
Yep.
To take people out, to talk trash, to make other people look bad. That's not. I actually see the opposite. Love covers a multitude of sins.
Yeah.
I see discretion. I see wisdom calling out in the streets. I see where honor takes people. This is not the road you want to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's why the Bible says vengeance is the Lord's.
That's right.
Because if vengeance only, this sounds like Star Wars now, right? Vengeance only leads to guilt and shame.
Yeah.
It never actually fulfills the only thing that does that is forgiveness.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Is letting it go, to phrase Frozen again. It's the only thing, but it seems so backwards.
Yeah, it's counter.
I have to fight every part of me to forgive someone.
Yes.
And then, but once I do, I'm like, it's like a salad. I never want to eat salad, but when I do, I'm like, this is great. I feel refreshed. I feel healthy. It's
so
like
funny.
That's
the
so good.
relief that you experience when you forgive someone is so profound. There's nothing like it in the
That's
world.
exactly right.
And your organization won't move forward until you practice that.
Yeah.
And I think that most people, they're wounded because they had these high expectations of people, and
That's
they put such great expectations. You were supposed to be X, Y, Z in my life. You were supposed to deliver X result in my life. I actually saw you as the person that was gonna, you're supposed to be this to me and that to me and all that. And people will always let you down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know why we're so shocked with humanity. I don't know why. It just baffles me that it's like they're a person just like you.
Right.
And all I've done is fail people. I wish to God I wouldn't. I don't set out to do that.
Right.
But I'm a person. And so where that expectations, when it's misplaced and it's put on individuals, that's where these sobering realities of disappointment and how could they and why would, it's like, David, you're a man after God's own heart, and you did what with Bathsheba?
Yeah.
You did what to your, it's like this has been going on forever.
Yeah.
Good people do bad things.
Yeah.
And if we can't forgive them, we're never going to forgive ourselves.
That's right.
And then we get pessimistic, and then it's like, well, humans are terrible and everybody's bad. It's like, no, everybody's trying.
It's the system. It's
It's this, that, and the other. And it's just like, okay, so now that's on your name. Now you've got bad energy. Now you got bad blood, Taylor Swift reference. Now you're a complainer. Now you got resentment. Now you got pessimism. Who wants to be around you?
Yeah.
Who's texting you? Who's calling you? Who's inviting you? Who, you know what I mean? Like who really is like, let's hang out with them.
Right.
It's like, I gotta be honest with you. Check your circle. You know who's in that circle? Anybody that's benefiting off your brokenness.
Wow.
Anybody that's benefiting. So now you're just a drinking buddy.
Yep.
You're just as mad as me, as broken as I am. And so because you're messed up and I'm messed up, let's get together. But we don't want light coming around darkness. We don't want leadership coming around that. So leader, hear me today. Some people don't want to be around you because you are positive and you are great and you are light and you are fun and you are up. And because people are so threatened, it's always like, this is what I think about insecurity. Don't be so mad because you're so insecure. Don't be so threatened because I'm confident.
Right.
You can see people scatter when a confident person walks in the room. Why? Because people are like, I hate them. They're bad. They're this. You're just threatened.
Yep.
Right.
Because why? You're dealing with resentment and poison and bitterness and toxicity and bad attitude. Get out of this. So last thing today, bitterness is beyond you. I want to tell you, leader, you're so much better than that.
Wow, I love that perspective.
You're so much better. What are you doing?
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, you know these things. But just because you know a lot doesn't mean you do a lot.
Hello.
I think we're so drunk on education. We're so puffed up on knowledge.
Yeah.
We're so thrilled on our little sound clips. I saw Mel Robbins say this, and I saw Tony Robbins say that. And I watched The Basement, or I watched Simon Sinek, or I heard Hit me with it, John Maxwell.
That everything rises and falls on leadership.
You know, John Maxwell. It's like I'm so happy you know so much.
Yeah.
Wow. You must be impressed with you. But I'm sorry. The last time I checked, wisdom is the application of knowledge.
That's right.
Just because you know something doesn't mean you do something. So let me remind you what today's about. Keep it moving. Don't stop moving your feet, believing in you, grabbing a hold of the future, forgetting those things which are behind me. I'm pressing forward to the things in front of me. And Demas left me for the world. So what? Alexander the coppersmith did me a much harm. So what? You know, I'm moving forward. I don't have time to cry over spilled milk. That's on Demas. That's on Alexander. That's on them. That's on my brothers that sold me. It's on them. I can't control you.
Yep.
I'm controlling my attitude and my office and my spirit and my input and how hard I work. And I'm controlling my tongue. And I'll refuse. Let me be honest. Stop giving people sound bites. It's so funny. The other day I was talking to somebody and he was dealing with the issue. I can't remember if I said this already on Leadership Leaning. And he said, all I had to do was tell a mutual friend.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say this one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tell it again.
Did I said this one?
Yeah.
And he said, all I had to do was tell this mutual friend. And he said it to them. He said to them, it's done. It's like, I refuse to give people sound bites. They start talking about somebody, I just go like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm without saying anything. I'm saying, you're not catching me. You can go that low. I'm not going that low. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know the weight of my words. I know my reputation. I know that my name, I do not want a bunch of nastiness on my name. I want my name to be clean and good and right. So I'm going to keep it moving. You can stay offended. I'm not offended. I'm actually not that offended.
No.
You know, like some people are like, you know, are you mad at these people? Are you mad at them? Hey, you know them. Do you know them? Oh, man. You know what I say? I love them.
Yeah.
Because I do. Because I do. I love them. Rooting for them.
Yeah.
Want nothing but the best.
That's right.
Is the proximity of our relationship the same? No, it's not. It's not the same proximity. But the care,
Yeah.
it will always be there. And the memories are phenomenal. But I got to keep it moving. I'm a leader, so I'm not stuck. I'm moving forward. Let's go.